Hello everyone, this is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing a grammar lesson and we are looking at a structure which is called used followed by the infinitive. So let's start. Okay, here is Mark and here is Mark in the past. Mark used to work in an office. And in the present, here is Mark in the present. Now he works in a restaurant. Now he works in a restaurant. So this is the structure that we are looking at in today's lesson. So this is the used followed by the infinitive. So we have the word used. And then we have a verb in the infinitive form. So the infinitive form of a verb is the word to and then the base form, to work. And we use this structure to describe a habit or a regular action from the past, like we have here. And we do not have this habit or do this action in the present. Okay, so that is important. We have the concept of change. So we did something in the past, a habit. We did something regularly in the past, and then we change. We stop doing it, and we no longer do it in the present. So in the past, Mark used to work in an office. Then he stopped working in an office, he changed, and now he works in a restaurant. Okay? Let's look at the affirmative form in more detail. This is Luis Suarez, and he is a famous football player. He used to play for Liverpool. And now he plays for Barcelona. So let's look at the affirmative form in more detail. I used to play. You used to play. He, she, or it used to play. We used to play. You used to play. And they used to play. So let's look in more detail. So here we can see the detail of the structure. We have the subject. Then we have the word used, which we pronounce used. And this is the past simple of the verb use. And then we have the main verb in the infinitive form. So the infinitive form is the word to, and then the verb in the base form, play. I used to play. You used to play. Okay? So this is the affirmative form. Let's give you some more information. It is very important to understand that this structure, we only use it in the past form. So it only has a past form. For example, I used to play football. This is the past simple of use, which is I used. So it is ed. This is the past form. And that is the only form that exists for this structure. So there is no infinitive form of the verb use, not for this structure. So for example, I am going to use to play football. That is wrong. That does not exist. Also, there is no ing form. I am using to play football, that is wrong. We never say that. That does not exist. And there is no present form. We do not say I use to play football. That does not exist. So this is the only structure, this is the only form that exists for this structure. The past form. Used. ED. But if we want to describe a habit or regular action in the present, then we use the present simple. Okay, so if we do want to use to describe a habit or action in the present, then we simply use the present simple. For example, in the present, we say, I play football every day. This is the present simple. So used followed by the infinitive only has a past form. The negative form. Luis Suarez did not use to play for Manchester United. So this is the negative form here. Did not use to play. I did not use to play. You did not use to play. He, she, it did not use to play. We did not use to play. You did not use to play. And they did not use to play. So here, in the negative, we have a subject, followed by did not. Then we have use, which is the base form of the verb. Then we have the main verb, which is in the infinitive form. So the word to, and then the base form of the verb, to play. I did not use to play. We can also have a contracted form of the negative. So this is the full form, the normal form that we have just seen. We have already seen this. And here is the contracted forms. I didn't used to play. You didn't used to play. He didn't used to play. She didn't used to play. It didn't used to play. We didn't used to play. You didn't used to play. And they didn't used to play. Okay, so that is how we write the contracted forms in the negative. And as always, the contracted forms, we normally only use them in spoken English. Okay, we rarely use them when we are writing. The question form. Did you use to play football? So this is the structure. Did you use to play football? And don't forget the question mark. So this is important. Since it is a question, we must write the question mark. Did I use to play? Did you use to play? Did he, she, it use to play? Did we use to play? Did you use to play? Did they use to play? So the form is did, the subject, use, which is the base form, then the verb in the infinitive form, followed by the question mark. Did I use to play? Some more information about the question form with some more examples. Where did they used to go at the weekend? So here is the normal question form. We have already seen this. Did they used to go? And then we can put a question word like where at the beginning of the sentence, at the beginning of the question. And as always, we have the question mark at the end. Why did you used to walk to work? So here is the structure. And here is the question word, why, which we put at the beginning of the sentence, with a question mark at the end. What did you used to eat for breakfast? Again, here is the structure. Did you used to eat? And we have the question word what at the beginning, with the question mark at the end. So the rule here is we have a question word, what, where, why, who, or how. We have the word did, the subject, use, and the verb in the infinitive form, followed by the question mark at the end. Okay? So let's look at some more examples of the meaning and when we use this structure. So again, we use this for habits in the past. So used with the infinitive to describe a habit or a regular action that we had in the past. And we do not have this habit or do this action in the present. So we no longer have the habit and we no longer do this action in the present. There is a change. Example, in the past, this is Jane, and in the past, Jane used to smoke. And in the present, good news, she no longer smokes. So she has stopped smoking. She is now a non-smoker. But in the past, so a regular habit in the past, Jane used to smoke. Jane used to smoke. In the past, Sarah used to jog every evening. Okay, so in the past, Sarah used to jog every evening. But in the present, unfortunately, Sarah relaxes every evening. Okay, so she no longer jogs in the evening. She now relaxes every evening. So there was a change. But in the past, she used to jog every evening. And we also use the structure to describe states in the past. So used followed by the infinitive to describe a state that we had in the past. And again, we do not have this state in the present. So there's a change. So in the past, Mark used to like rock music. Mark used to like rock music. But in the present, now he likes classical music. Okay? So to like, that is a state. It is a feeling, a preference. So in the past, Mark used to like rock music, but he has changed and he now likes classical music. Another example, here is Mark again in the past, and Mark used to be a chef, but in the present he has changed jobs and now he is an electrician. So this is the important structure again. Be is a state, to be something, and in the past Mark used to be a chef. Now he is no longer a chef, he is an electrician. Here is Mark, somebody else called Mark, in the past again. And Mark used to like hamburgers. Mark used to like hamburgers. But in the present, now he prefers fruit. Now he prefers fruit. So he has changed. He has evolved. Okay? The state has changed. He used to like hamburgers. In the present, he no longer likes hamburgers. He prefers fruit. Used to like. Okay? So let's look at some exercises. The first exercise is put the words in brackets into the affirmative form of the used plus infinitive structure. Example. My parents go the cinema together when they were younger. So the exercise is, I want you to put the word go into the affirmative form of used and the infinitive. So the answer is, my parents used to go to the cinema together when they were younger. Okay? So now there are two questions I would like you to answer. Question 1. And I will give you a few seconds. So the answer is, Mark used to work in a bar when he was a student. Question 2. The answer is, you used to enjoy reading comics when you were a child. Okay? Exercise 2. Put the words in brackets into the negative form of the structure used and the infinitive. And I want you to use the contracted form. Example. The children clean their teeth after breakfast. Well, the answer here is, the children didn't used to clean their teeth after breakfast. Okay, so this is the negative form. So I have two questions for you. Question 1, and I will give you a few seconds. The answer is, we didn't used to travel before we were married. We didn't used to travel before we were married. Question 2. And the answer is, Jane didn't used to have long hair when she was a little girl. Okay? So that is the negative in the contracted form. Exercise 3. And I would like you to ask a question, putting the words in brackets in the used and infinitive form. Example: they work together at Microsoft. The answer is, did they used to work together at Microsoft? Okay, did they used to work together at Microsoft? Question 1. The answer is, did Richard used to play football when he was a student? Question 2. And the answer is, did you used to go to London every summer? Did you used to go to London every summer? Okay, so that is the answer to the exercises. Okay, and that is the end of the lesson. So if you would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click here on the screen. Here is my Twitter account, and on Twitter I give lots of new vocabulary every day. And here are 3 other English lessons which you might be interested in watching. You simply need to click on the screen to start these videos. Okay? My name is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.